Once upon a time, there was a village known as Darkness Overshadows Light. It was a land where the sun had forgotten the sky. No dawn ever broke, no sunset ever glowed. Only endless darkness ruled the land. The villagers cried to the gods again and again. They offered prayers, sacrifices, and songs, yet nothing changed. So the people learned to survive the dark. Farmers worked with fire hand sticks and glowing embers. Merchants carried small lamps that produced weak, trembling light. When villagers went to the river, they went with heavy hearts, for the pathways had grown silent. The market drums no longer beat with joy. Laughter faded quickly, as though afraid to live in the dark. The birds flew low, their wings tired. The people whispered their songs, for even sound felt weak. In this village stood the household of Kalma. There lived a young girl named Ovia, gentle, well-behaved, and said to be beautiful. Yet her beauty was a sorrow, for darkness hid what light should reveal. Suitors chose wives by shadows, guessing beauty where none could be seen. Ovia's mother died when she was still young. At first, when her father remarried, peace remained. But on a fateful day, her stepmother bore a daughter of her own, and everything changed. The woman who once called Ovia my child turned against her. She worked her harder than grown men, sent her to fetch water from dangerous paths, and spoke cruel words in the dark. Kalma, her father, feared trouble and dared not complain. Often, when her stepmother sent her into the thick forest, Ovia would sit alone and sing softly. Her voice was beautiful, calm, and full of sorrow. And unknown to anyone, light answered her song. A gentle glow surrounded her whenever she sang. Ovia was shocked the first time it happened, and she kept it as her greatest secret, fearing what the village would do if they knew. One night, Ovia accidentally broke her stepmother's pot. Her father was away. The woman's anger burned hotter than fire.
Lost and alone, Ovia wandered deep into the forest. As fear closed in, she began to sing. Light rose around her. That night, she found a wounded prince thrown from his horse and half dead. Guided by her song, she built a small hut near the river, tended his wounds, and nursed him back to life. The prince fell in love, not only with her kindness, but with the mysterious light that obeyed her voice. When he healed, he returned to his kingdom, promising to find her again. But when he came back, Ovia was gone. She had moved to a wider land, carrying her secret with her. The prince searched everywhere. He sent messengers across villages. Rumors reached Ovia's stepmother. She disguised her own daughter as Ovia, hiding her face in glowing fabrics. The prince, confused by shadows, was deceived, and plans for marriage began. Yet fear haunted the stepmother. What if Ovia appeared? So she went searching. After many days, she found a hut by the river. There she saw the impossible. Ovia singing, light dancing around her like fireflies. The stepmother gasped by mistake. Ovia stopped singing. The light vanished. The woman smiled. She is doomed. She paid town criers to spread lies. Ovia is the reason our village is dark. She hoards light. She is evil. She even gave the king Ovia's location. When Ovia was dragged into the village, the people did not cheer. Stone-eyed, they shouted, "Why does light follow only you? Why have we lived in darkness while you glow?" Fear turned into anger, anger into madness. The stepmother cried louder than all, tearing her clothes and pointing accusing fingers. "She is the reason the gods abandoned us. When she sings, light answers her, but when she is silent, we suffer." The people believed her, for fear is quicker than truth. The prince stood among them, silent and torn. He recognized Ovia's voice, her eyes, her presence. Yet beside him stood the woman he was about to marry, the stepsister, dressed in borrowed grace and false light. Two women, one truth, one lie. And in darkness, truth looks like a lie. So the prince said nothing. Ovia was thrown into a stone prison beneath the palace, where even darkness feared to enter. There her stepmother and stepsister visited her, not with mercy, but cruelty. They mocked her song. They beat her when she tried to hum. They poured water on her lips so her voice would fail. "Sing now," they laughed. "Let your light save you." Ovia learned silence. And when she stopped singing, the village grew darker than ever. Panic spread. Crops failed. Fire went cold. Children cried in fear. The elders called the high priest, keeper of the god's voice. He cast cowries, burned herbs, and spoke into the unseen. Then he said, "The gods demand a choice. The girl must be sacrificed or released. Only the truth will decide." But the gods gave no name.
The stepmother stepped forward. "Sacrifice her," she said quickly. "Let the darkness end." The stepsister nodded, pretending fear. The people agreed, for humans often destroy what they do not understand. The prince watched and doubted. That night, the priest did something forbidden. He went to the prison alone. He asked Ovia one question. "If you are the light, why did the gods allow you to suffer?" Ovia answered softly, "Because humans must learn before they see." She sang. Not loudly, not boldly. The prison walls glowed. The priest fell to his knees. At dawn, the priest gathered the people. He commanded both women, the bride-to-be and Ovia, to sing. The stepsister's voice broke. No light came. Ovia whispered a single note. The sky split open. The gods answered. The truth spilled like fire. The stepmother's lies were exposed. Her cruelty echoed through the prison walls. The people fell silent, not in fear, but shame. The prince knelt before Ovia. "I doubted you," he said, "and darkness lived in me." But Ovia did not return to the village immediately. She demanded one thing: free the land, not for me, but for all. She sang, not as a victim, but as a messenger. Light flooded the earth. Darkness overshadows light was no more. Ovia was not crowned because she married a prince. She was honored because she endured human cruelty and still chose mercy. And the elders say, when light appears among humans, they will first try to destroy it. Only after pain do they learn to see.